Welcome back to another incredible episode of Unapologetically Shaun, where we talk about everything that has to do with our mind, body, and soul, a splash of pop culture, and any and everything I like to talk about. So before we get started, I want to remind you where you can listen to us at. You can listen to us at Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, Breaker, Radio Public, Anchor, Amazon Music, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Audible. Did you know Audible has podcasts? I really just found this out. So yes, I'm on Audible. So check me out if you have Audible. And on my YouTube channel, each and every Wednesday at midnight, you can listen to this podcast. All right, let's get right into today's episode. Okay, so this is episode 6. I never tell you the number of the episode, but yes, this is episode 6 and it is titled Respect My Time. So I really want to talk about this because I feel like a lot of people waste your time, whether it's relationships, it's jobs, people just saying they're going to do something and they never keep their word. Or just people just not being honest, you know. A lot of people waste your time. And it's like time in life is so short. And that's one thing that we do not get back. No matter how much money you have in this world, you cannot buy time. So my thing is you have to respect people's time. And if you respect people's time, then you respect people in general. You just have to respect that we all are on borrowed time. So respect that. The reason why I decided to choose this topic and to talk about today was sometimes I do get tired of people wasting my time, jobs wasting my time. Just like a lot of things in this life, I feel like my time was wasted. And I won't say that a lot of the time my time was wasted, but I feel like in certain situations my time was wasted. Of course, in dating, you definitely feel like you waste your time when you get with some people and they show you their representative and then come to find out they were nothing like they pretended to be. I've had that happen to me so many times, and I know a lot of you have had that same thing happen to you in relationships, because I know before it was a mess dating, but I know now it's probably a hot mess dating. But yeah, a lot of people waste your time. They lie to you. They can never be honest with you. And it's just a mess. So that's another thing. And then what really I feel that resonates with me is that people, when you're trying to do something in life and you're trying to accomplish things, people never take you serious. And so they kind of tell you, yeah, I'll help you, I'll support you. But then they flake or they run. So like that, I feel like that's a form of wasting people's time as well, because it's like you don't have to do something that you don't want to do. I wish people would just be open and honest with each other and say, hey, I don't want to do that. I can support you in other ways, you know? So that was another reason why I wanted to talk about this topic, because in business, people waste your time a lot too because they're afraid to tell you no. And it's like, it's okay to say no. You don't have to do certain things. You can help in other ways, you know? So just remember that, you know, you don't want to waste somebody's time, especially in business, because you may need that person again, and you wasted their time the first time. They may not want to deal with you the second time. But that's just how I feel. But another thing with like wasting time, I feel like we do a lot of procrastinating in life and thinking like for the future, and we really don't realize that we waste a lot of time by just waiting, and we never go for what we really want to do in life. We just waiting for the perfect time. And I feel like if you continue to wait for the perfect time, that time may never happen. Just like think about how the Simpsons, when they first came on, how the drawings were, and then think about how the Simpsons look now. What if they waited to make it perfect? then we wouldn't have never had the iconic Simpson TV show, because they would have waited until it was perfect. So you should never waste time that we can't get back because you're trying to make things perfect. And this is a message for myself, because it's a lot of things that I waited on that I should have done a long time ago, but I was trying to make things perfect, and you just have to do it. And I learned that too with Amore 24, that I didn't have to make it perfect. All I had to do was go for it and learn along the way, and then things got better as you learn something new. And so I hope that you can take that message from today's podcast episode, is that you don't have to, everything doesn't have to be perfect to start. You just have to start somewhere, because some of the biggest brands had to start somewhere. So you have to start somewhere. Take podcasts, for instance. Some people think that it's really hard to start a podcast, but it is not hard to start a podcast. Like, not at all. I started this podcast last year, I believe. Did I start last year? The year before. Anyways, I started this podcast and I went on Anchor. I talk about this briefly. You'll hear about it at the beginning. So I went on Anchor. It is absolutely free to get on Anchor to start a podcast. You don't need any expensive equipment. Like, I started off with a $20 little mic on my phone and recorded in voice note and uploaded it to my computer and added music to it. You can even add music to the podcast, I think, in Anchor. I never done it through Anchor, but I believe you can add music to it on there. But I uploaded, edited on my computer and uploaded it to Anchor, and they distribute your podcast to so many different platforms, and it just makes it so easy. And if you want to do like video podcasts, you also can do it on there as well. I do plan on doing video podcasts. I just wanted to get my office together first, so I have a nice setup, so it'll be nice, you know, before I actually start doing a video one. But I tell you, like, if I would have just waited and got all the perfect everything, a perfect mic, because I didn't switch my mic. Now I got a Blue Yeti mic that I got from Target, which I love this mic because the audio is a lot clearer. But if I would have waited to get a super nice mic and all of this equipment just to do a podcast, I would have never started. So that's why I tell people, like, it don't take anything to get started. So don't waste time. Just do it. And like this whole podcast, I make sure that I inform people the importance of following their dreams and just putting themselves first, because this is like me talking to myself. I go back and I listen to these podcast episodes and I get inspiration from myself, because sometimes I need it. Like, I need it bad. People may look at me and think that I have it all together, but it's days that I fall apart, and you will never see that because I know how to mask it good, you know. But I'm going to talk about this in another podcast episode. We're going to go more in depth about depression. I actually do have a podcast episode I did. I think it's called The D Word or something. This was like one of the first or second podcast episodes I ever did. I talked about depression, but I am going to go more in depth about depression and how it has affected my life. But if I would have allowed, like, myself, my depression, stand in my way of doing things that I want to do or things that I want to accomplish, I wouldn't be anywhere. I have journals, Amazon journals and books out there. If I would have just waited till everything was perfect and I knew everything, then I wouldn't have none of this stuff created. What I did was just put it out there. That's all you have to do, is put yourself out there, and eventually those seeds that you have planted will grow, and then you will be able to harvest them. That's why I have to keep reminding myself. It's like I planted so many seeds. These seeds, all I have to do is continue to water them, and they will eventually flourish and they will eventually grow. And those that have doubted me, or those that never believed in me, will see those fruits from my labor and wonder how I did it. And it wasn't easy. It's been so many years. Like, I've been waiting for a lot of things I want to happen, but I had to realize that I had to have patience and wait. Sometimes you just have to be patient and wait on God. And that's what I've been realizing, that I have to be patient. That is a lesson that I feel like I'm having to learn now, is patience. Because, I swear, like, if things are not in my control, I spiral out of control. And so that's what I've been currently experiencing, that things are not in my control and things are not going how I want them to go. But if I just wait on God and continue to move forward, that things will eventually happen for me. And so I don't want to go too much off topic, because we're talking about respecting my time. I feel like this has to me respecting my own time, the path that I'm supposed to be on, the journey that I'm supposed to be on. I have to respect it too. And so again, please respect other people's time, because time is valuable. Time is money. Time is precious, and we don't get that back. So don't waste anyone's time. Don't waste your own time. Don't wait till the perfect time. Just do it. Just do it. What do I say all the time? Like Nike say, just do it. That's my favorite slogan. My favorite slogan. I live by that. That's my motto. Just do it. If it's something that's placed in your heart or on your mind, and you just keep thinking about it, that means you're supposed to do it. That's why it keeps coming up. So don't worry about what other people think, what they will say, what your mother will say, your father will say, your sister, brother, none of that. Just do it. If that's what you want to do, and if it's a positive thing, please do it. Because that's a gift that you are supposed to do. That's why I keep nagging at you that you need to do it. And never be afraid to do anything in this life. Just do it, because God gave you that gift and you are meant to share it. All right. Again, please don't waste anybody else's time. Please be kind and nice to everyone. And we're going to get ready to wrap this episode up. I hope that you gained something valuable from today's podcast episode, Respect My Time. And we will be back again next Wednesday with another powerful episode of Unapologetically Shaun. I want you all to have a wonderful, wonderful week. The weekend's coming up, so enjoy that also. And not only live for the weekend, live for the day. Live for every day. And don't forget that we are available on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Casts, Breaker, Radio Public, Anchor, Amazon Music, Castbox, iHeartRadio, and Audible. And each and every Wednesday at midnight on my YouTube channel, Life with Shaun. So remember, you can listen to us on all of those platforms. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for listening. All right. Bye.